Okay, let's dive into this. We've all had that sudden, stomach-dropping realization, right? You're tearing apart your house, checking every single drawer, literally digging through backpacks. Your flight is looming on the horizon, and then it hits you. Your passport is just gone. It's pure panic. But hey, I want you to take a deep breath right now, because today's explainer is your rescue roadmap. We're going to calmly walk through exactly how to replace a lost passport right before a trip using the official State Department guidelines. You can absolutely get through this, and we're going to do it together.
So what actually happens if you lose your passport right before a trip? Look, let's just acknowledge reality for a second. It's a total bureaucratic nightmare. Your stress right now, incredibly valid. But I want you to consider this explainer your ultimate step-by-step survival guide. We're going to take all that overwhelming anxiety you're feeling and channel it into a highly structured, totally manageable plan of attack. There's a system for this, and honestly, knowing the system is half the battle.
Here's our agenda. 5 clear steps to get your travel plans back on track. Number 1, report it immediately. 2, the 14-day rule. 3, gather your required documents. 4, the urgent appointment. And finally, 5, special cases and emergencies.
All right, kicking things off with step 1, report it immediately, the point of no return.
So the absolute first thing you gotta do, before you do literally anything else, is take action on the lost document itself. There's a very specific initial sequence you've got to follow here. First up, go online to the State Department system. Step 2, report that valid passport as lost or stolen immediately. And step 3, double-check your exact travel date. Now, while there are a few different ways to report a lost passport, using the State Department's online reporting system is absolutely the fastest method to get the ball rolling, and getting the ball rolling is exactly what you need right now.
But here's what is truly critical, and I cannot stress the finality of this step enough. This is a massive warning for you. Once a passport is reported lost or stolen, the State Department generally cancels it within 1 business day. And once it's canceled, it absolutely cannot be used for travel later, even if you miraculously find it. So before you hit submit on that online form, you need to be 100% certain it is truly gone. If you report it today and then find it wedged in your couch cushions tomorrow, well, it's just a useless booklet at that point. There is no going back.
Moving right along to step 2, the 14-day rule, your fork in the road.
So the crucial point is 14 calendar days. I really want you to burn this specific number into your memory because it completely dictates the timeline and every single subsequent action you're going to take. This number right here is the dividing line that flips the entire application process from standard to urgent.
And this is exactly why that number matters so much. You're basically looking at 2 completely distinct paths now. On the one hand, if you're traveling in more than 14 days, you might actually be able to just go through the normal passport replacement process depending on your exact circumstances. But if you're traveling within 14 calendar days, you are thrust into a totally different lane. You're going to need an urgent appointment at a U.S. passport agency or center. And here's the absolute kicker for that urgent path. You have to have concrete proof of your upcoming international travel. No proof, no urgent service. It's that simple.
Okay, let's hit step 3. Gather your required documents. The arsenal.
Let's go ahead and replace that panic with purpose. Before you even think about stepping foot inside a passport agency, you've got to assemble your arsenal of paperwork. Missing even one of these items can completely halt your progress. First up, you need Form DS-11. A lost passport specifically requires this form for an in-person application. Next, information about the lost passport itself, which might actually include Form DS-64 if they require it. You've got to have proof of your U.S. citizenship, like a birth certificate. You need a valid government-issued photo ID. And please, do not forget a photocopy of that ID. You'll need 1 official passport photo. You need your proof of international travel, like a printed airline itinerary. And finally, the required passport fees. Gather all this stuff meticulously into 1 secure folder.
But hold on, stop. I literally cannot emphasize this enough. Do not sign Form DS-11 until the passport acceptance agent literally looks at you and instructs you to do so. I know it seems like such a tiny detail, but signing this form at your kitchen table while you're gathering your paperwork, it will ruin the document. It absolutely has to be signed in the physical presence of the official. Don't let a simple stroke of a pen force you to start the paperwork all over again and derail your rescue mission.
Next up is step 4, the urgent appointment, the execution.
If you find yourself in that high-stress group staring down an international trip in less than 14 calendar days, well, it's time for execution. Here's your chronological sequence for the physical appointment. First, make an urgent appointment using the official State Department online appointment system. Second, you have to attend that appointment at the passport agency in person so your application can be reviewed. And remember, you must bring every single document we just listed out. Third, submit the application and pay the required fees. And fourth, you wait for the agency to process your application based on your urgent travel situation.
Now, we do have to factor in the financial reality of this whole situation. $60. That's the current State Department list price just for the additional expedited fee. Remember, this is required for urgent travel through a passport agency. And yes, it is in addition to the standard passport application and execution fees. It's just the unavoidable financial reality of needing an urgent, last-minute rescue.
Now, I want to slow things down for just a second to really direct your attention to this exact, somewhat stark quote directly from the State Department. Appointment availability and issuance timing cannot be guaranteed. I really need you to set realistic expectations here. Securing an urgent appointment doesn't equal a magical guaranteed same-day passport. They're going to process it based on your urgent situation, sure, but you have to understand that the timing is not an absolute promise.
When you do finally breathe that massive sigh of relief and they hand you your newly issued replacement passport, your job actually isn't quite done yet. Before you rush off to the airport, you've got to meticulously verify these 5 decals inside the new book. Check your name, your date of birth, your new passport number, the expiration date, and finally, your photo and personal information. You know, clerical errors can and do happen. A typo in your birth year could stop you at the boarding gate or customs just as effectively as not having a passport at all. So make sure you don't stumble at the finish line.
And finally, Step 5, special cases and emergencies, exceptions to the rule.
We do have to acknowledge that sometimes worst-case scenarios happen when you're already away from home. Like, what if you lose your passport while you're already traveling abroad? The whole process shifts entirely. If you're already outside the United States, you must contact the nearest U.S. embassy or consulate to apply for a replacement. They handle it locally, and they'll be the ones to determine exactly what passport service is available based on your specific situation and your immediate travel plans.
Then there's the highly specific life or death emergency exception. This is very clearly defined as needing to travel within 14 days because an immediate family member outside the United States has died, is dying, is in hospice care, or has a life-threatening illness or injury. If you're dealing with this kind of tragic circumstance, you may qualify for a special life or death emergency appointment. However, you are going to need to provide appropriate emergency documentation, like a death certificate or a letter from a hospital or hospice facility, in addition to your proof of travel, just to unlock this specific service.
Ultimately, the overarching goal of this entire explainer is pretty simple. Replace panic with purpose. If you find yourself in the terrifying position of a lost passport right before a flight, you now know the complete sequence. You report it lost online to cancel it immediately. You check your travel date against that 14-day rule. You complete the DS-11 form without signing it, prepare your extensive document arsenal, get your proof of travel, and make that urgent appointment. You attend, you pay, and you wait. It's a highly structured process, and it is entirely manageable if you just stick to the roadmap.
Which brings us to the most important question of the day. Taking a look at your own upcoming travel plans right now, are your documents ready and stored safely, and do you know exactly how many days it is until your next flight? Seriously, don't wait until you're zipping up your suitcase the night before to find out. Take a moment to check right now.